Okay. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I will play the theme music.
Joking, I don't really need a piss.
You open the critical role. Yeah. Oh, it's playing again for me. Yes, got it.
Okay. So, last we left off, you had travelled deep into the Sierra Antonio Mountains, into the Zenoceros cabin to investigate the murder of Martina Zenoceros, where you had discovered under the cabin itself tunnels leading to the witch's lair. You had uncovered the ritual of the Moor in an evil book and discovered its grim secret, that those girls that you had met on Eel Island all those days ago are in fact the victims of the last ritual, the children, the babes abducted and seeded with the essence of the three hags so that they could be reborn anew 17 years later. One of those girls is Jade the Bloodcurrent.
Oh shit!
You then travelled out of the cabin, hoping to relocate some mushroom children, and did battle with some Leshens, which left you gravely wounded and barely clinging to life. After some much-needed rest in the night, the morning breaks, and we pick up in a brighter, sunnier day. The malevolence of the forest seems to have subsided somewhat with the rising sun. As you head north at a fork towards the cave of the mushrooms. So, Peach Pals, what are you wanting to do?
We'll head towards the cave of the mushrooms.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I think we should now eat the mushrooms.
So you travel along this lower Levada that clings to the black volcanic jet cliffs as it weaves along the valley wall, passing far below the Zenoceros cabin above as you head further and further north. The journey takes a few hours, and it's well past morning when you finally reach your destination.
Oh my god!
A cave jutting from the black jet walls in the far north of the Sierra Antonio range. As you approach the cave, the mushrooms pipe up and you hear the voices in your head telepathically. Wait, don't go in yet.
Okay, what?
Why? Why?
There are guards. They will fight. They will attack. If you do not have spores.
We
Okay. What do you mean by spores?
The mushrooms start crawling out of your bags and sacks and sort of form a ring around you. We will coat you in the spores so that the guards do not attack.
Can we perceive if there's something dodgy going on?
Yep. Make
I
a
sprawl all
insight
over me.
check.
Insight.
Why are they releasing all this white spore stuff over
Why is Creamy's mouth open?
it? Force of
you,
habit.
can't you talk to the guards?
Oh, 3.
Difficult to
Rather than
tell.
Release
sneering
it
at them?
upon
I mean, they
me.
don't really have a face that you can sort of gauge, and the voices coming directly into your head, so you don't really know how to read them. They're very alien to you.
Well, they're pretty weak, so if we need to, we'll just kill them all.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
Lick it up.
Uh,
I kind of think it was wrong. Creamy just licks it all up.
Creamy.
So they start pulsating, the
Oh,
tops of these mushrooms start pulsating rapidly.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking ran.
This is graphic.
This is
And then-
turn 18.
A double
Small
entendre.
mushrooms, and small jets of spores erupt
Come on now.
around you, and you're
You uploading this podcast to Pornhub though?
Yeah, it's live stream. I've got so many subscribers.
these microscopic spores start to settle on your skin, leave you with slight tingling feeling. And as you look around at your friends,
Your cup.
they have a faint glow around them, sort of an ethereal bluish glow. As you move your hands in front of your face, they seem to slur and blur a little bit. It's a very strange perception. So, are you heading into the cave?
Yeah.
hang on. No. I was thinking of casting Zone of Truth.
Oh.
Should I do that?
Yeah, go for it. Smash it out. Are you saying it out loud?
This is my thoughts. But you just read in my face.
Can they read your mind?
Oh yeah. Now how to. So, around the mushrooms. Mushroom Junior. What? Will these spores lead us to any harm?
One sec.
Oh, fucking mushrooms.
This is Creamy. Where have you been?
No harm. Just stop the death spores from exploding.
What?
What are these death spores?
Fungi. Like us.
They don't sound very fun.
They are mindless. They cannot speak and they cannot move like us. They just float.
Okay.
I see. So I've wasted my spell on you, and you are actually perfectly fine mushrooms.
Shall we go in?
Yeah.
Is there anything dangerous inside?
Lots and lots of us. When they see that you bring us back, they will be friendly.
Are you planning on killing us?
No?
Well, I'm convinced.
So you know that they failed their saving throw against your spell. Actually,
I know that.
they should do 5 of them. At least one of them did. 1 second.
I think it was the one that was speaking.
2, 3, 4, 5. What's your DC?
Spell DC thing. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, they all failed, definitely. One of them rolled -2.
These mushrooms are so weak. I don't know why I feel threatened by them.
So what's the marching order as we venture into
Oh,
the
did
cave?
we rest or anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
You
rested.
did.
Oh, good. Oh, I don't mind going first. Then I'll tank it. Is it light in there?
It is pitch black.
I'd rather not going first then.
Who's got the best night vision?
Actually, that's a lie.
I'll go
There is light in there. There's strange luminous fungi that are clinging to the walls that seem to swirl and spiral in your presence, sort of in and out as you exhale.
So I can see.
Yeah, it's dim light, but you can see.
Okay, I'll go in first.
I'll go in behind.
Okay.
That's what those spores are.
Okay. Hold on, I just need to make it light in here.
I can't see.
Okay, so who's first?
Moi.
Gigantor.
Gigantor's first. Gigantor first. Can you see?
Yeah.
And then who?
I'll go.
Then Kurak. Then who?
I'll go.
Um,
That's fine.
And Wade. Then who's in the middle? Creamy, I guess.
I'll come up the rear. I mean, bring
Alright.
up the rear.
Tavron. And then Creamy at the rear. Coming in the rear. So in front of you are 3 giant orbs with dangling tentacles above one large central, almost looks like an eye.
Oh dear.
Everyone make a an
Initiative.
nature check as these things start drifting over towards you.
This doesn't sound good.
Jesus. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Why is it black?
Nature.
Wade definitely knows what these are.
Wade, these, you know exactly what these are. These are you had recognised the name Death Spore, and you recognise these as Death Spores, but they're also known by another name as False Beholders.
No.
They're mushrooms that trick people into thinking that they're beholders and attack them, at which point they explode, and they any kind of damage, they're very fragile. They're basically big balls of gas, and any kind of damage at all makes them explode, upon which they release their spores all over the unsuspecting victim. And if you are infected by any of these spores, then where's the monster manual?
Who knew that I knew so much about these fungi?
Yeah. You have one at home as a pet.
I used
Here we
to.
go. Yeah, they're called death
Collected-
spores or gas spores. And if you're infected by if you're affected by their spores, then you immediately take poison damage, and become infected with a disease if you fail to withstand it. The spores invade an infected creature's system, killing it in a number of hours equal to 1d12 plus the creature's constitution modifier.
Killing? Shit.
Kill.
So they're very deadly, and they're floating over to you.
Thanks for offloading that intel, Wade. Very useful.
What if you're immune to disease?
If you're immune to poison, they have no effect.
And so do they release gas then, these spores, when they die?
No, they're full of gas, but it's not poisonous gas. It's the spores themselves that are poisonous.
And so the spores become airborne when you kill it?
Yes, they erupt in the radius.
Oh dear.
The gas spores float over to you and extend tentacles of fungal growth that kind of reach out around you and weave in between you. They seem to sense the spores of the mushroom folk that are covering you. And after a few minutes of sort of investigating these fungal strands crossing over your skin and around your face, and even one goes up Tavron's nose, they retreat and the gas spores back off.
Very enjoyable.
Thanks, little mushroom people.
Well.
Right, shall we fuck off?
I immediately shoot the spores with my shotgun. Yeah, let's fuck off. Oh, don't we need to drop them off? We need to drop these little mushrooms off, don't we?
Where are we dropping them?
Down the corridor, lit dimly in twilight, you see two fully grown myconids, these mushroom folk, that regard you with sort of blank, silvery eyes, and the caps, their red caps, vibrate just slightly, and you hear a voice in your head, loudly. Halt! Why do you come here? At this, the little mushroom sprouts that you have with you poke themselves again out of the bag and emit some more spores. They have returned us. You have brought us our sprouts. Why have you done this?
'Cause it's Christmas.
They are brave warriors. They helped us defeat a Leshen. Or something. Well, no, it was a big mold.
Did you kill the witch?
The witch wasn't there.
She has troubled our kind for many generations.
What
You
did
have
she
done
do?
us a great service by returning to us our sprouts. At this, the lumbering figure, which appears to be a rotting corpse of an ogre, stomps over towards you through the knee-deep water in this chamber. Its body is like pustured and festering, and it's sprouting small mushrooms from everywhere. It's stalks of mushrooms growing out of its eyeballs and out of the roof of its mouth and out of its ears. It's a horrible thing to look at. But it stands there almost transfixed, with not staring as it doesn't have any eyes, but just sort of waiting blankly, facing you.
Alright. Hello, mate.
Don't mind our guardian. Please. Our sovereign awaits. He will want to speak with you.
Is he this way?
A sprout sort of extends, pointing into the chamber further.
Fall for him.
So, as you turn the corner, you see a whole colony of these mushroom creatures, these myconids. The small sprouts, like the ones that you have with you, these larger adults, and in the centre, this gigantic, almost like a colony in and of itself, enormous, towering, tree-sized mushroom with multiple purple orbs, which you presume are its eyes, glaring at you. You
What's
hear this booming voice in your mind. You have returned to us, our progeny. You have our thanks. Tell me, flesh creatures, why have you helped us? Your kind holds us in no high regard.
Well, we knew that we were saving them from the witches, and the witches have been, haunting
Even
us.
more start joining.
Fucking bitches.
Pretty much.
Bitch.
Which bitch?
We have lived generations in the mountains, feeding upon the dead and deceased, living peacefully until the witches came. They stole our children away and used them, extracted their spores, and left them lifeless. Thank you for returning our progeny. As recompense, in return, we will grant you some of the material goods that we have extracted from the dead victims that we have harvested.
That would be great. Yes. What's this stuff here?
It's kind of like green water, algae filled lily pads.
So you probably don't want to be in the water because it'll wash away the spores.
It doesn't seem to have, actually. They seem to have adhered to your skin.
Oh, okay.
Just has the island.
The Myconid Sovereign extends one of its tendril-like arms and points to a pile of crates bustled up in the corner. So there are boxes and things that seem to be from, along with lots of bones of and sort of desiccated remains of travellers that have met some kind of end travelling in these dangerous mountains. And there seemed to be a pile of like metal things that were and hard stones and things that were of no use to these fungal creatures. They've just been discarded in a pile along with the bones.
Let's have a look at it then.
Can we search through?
Yep. So make an investigation check, or investigation or perception, your choice.
I'm going to do investigation. Who wants to help?
Yep.
Yes. Wow.
12.
Should we try again with someone else helping?
Anyone else want to investigate?
I'll do a perception, so I've got a +2 on that. Is anyone helping?
I'll investigate.
Should I roll as norm?
I'll help.
Okay.
7 on investigation.
Oh my god.
You did perception though.
Oh,
I've
what
got
was it?
plus-
Oh, which one was it?
Investigation.
It could be investigation or perception. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, I chose perception because I had a +2 on it.
Does anyone want to help me investigate?
Sure, why not?
I
Just have each.
So much help going on there.
Such boys brigade.
All right, so you spend an hour looting
Where
through
is this stuff?
A lot of it seems to be sort of worthless, scraps of bones and just rocks and bits of old cart and things like that, horses' teeth and all kinds of weird stuff. But you do find 15 copper pieces.
Ugh.
There you go, Wade.
You find 150 silver pieces.
It's more like it. Who's totaling this up?
Not worth bending over for.
Is anyone putting this in?
41 gold pieces.
Is anyone putting this in their inventory?
I haven't put anything in.
Shall I stick it in?
Yeah.
You have it.
I'm removing this mushroom from my inventory.
What was it? How many silver?
150 silver, 20 copper, did I say? 41 gold.
Cool.
2 platinum.
Oh.
Put them in there as well.
Cool.
We need some like gear, really. Armor gear. Armor increasing gear.
Yeah, same.
You find a book. A fairy tale book called In the Court of the Summer Queen.
Can I have a read?
Yeah, it's really just a picture book. It tells like a sort of the jolly tale of Queen Titania, the Summer Queen, and her court of fairies in a crystal castle, and her wicked sisters that were cast out, and the evil giants that wanted to bring down the fairy kingdom and the crystal castle. So along with the other stuff, you find a vial of clear liquid.
Sounds so bossy.
You find a set of navigator's tools.
Yeah. Shall I put this in my liquid?
Oh yeah, go for it. There's nothing of interest at the moment, is there?
You find 5 black polished jewels
Oh yeah.
that Wade, you recognise as onyx.
Like the Pokemon.
Fantastic.
And also 3 yellow quartz crystals. You find a purple vial of liquid, a potion of some description, that seems to be effervescing.
Yeah.
And you find what else do you find? Let me just look up what these last 2 things are.
Cloak of armor. Cloak of armor.
Pummel stone +5.
That'd be worth so much money.
You find a potion of greater healing.
That's good.
Oh.
That's very useful. Has anyone not got a potion on them?
I don't.
Take it.
And the last thing you find, oh yeah, this is cool. You find a small bag, almost like, you know those gem bags you get at souvenir shops, the little Hessian bags.
Mhm.
Opening it up, it's just full of what looks like dust, sand-coloured dust.
Dust. Anybody? No. Dust.
Okay.
Sniff it.
Can I?
Yeah, you can sniff it.
Snort it. Do you lime, bruv?
Can I put anything in it?
So if you're sniffing it, make a perception check.
Sticky, icky, icky.
Alright. 12.
Your nose is immediately on fire as all of the moisture in your nose starts to solidify.
Fucking hell.
Is
You
that what we had at the
receive-
beer festival?
You receive 2 points of damage.
Oh. Is it cold solidification?
No, it seems to. Your nose just feels really, really dry.
But at least I have loads of water skins, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that
actually
could dry up
percolated
stuff.
all the way down your sinuses into your throat, and just you desperately need a drink now.
I'll tell you what,
Too
boys.
spicy for you, correct?
I drink all 5 of my water skins. 6.
Chaps, that place underneath the Breakfast Club, where Tavron went, a water place, that could dry it up and allow us to pass. Diddly-do,
Well,
is anybody here?
I think
I'm
that's
lost.
a good idea.
Just thinking, that's all.
Have you found anything of use?
A couple of things.
Did you?
Thank you once again for returning our sprouts. Yes, thank you. We'll never forget you.
Perhaps Creamy can use the powder as antiperspirant.
Brutal.
No comeback.
He's been killed.
No, yeah, that's
Oh, that was vicious mockery at its finest.
Well, pleasure meeting you all. Well,
It makes a sort of weird noise. It's not telepathic, it's almost like a vibration of it, the many caps on its crown. You're not sure if it's a good noise or a bad noise, but you know, it's definitely acknowledged you.
Okay.
Okay. So are you leaving the cave?
Yes.
Should we just wander up this way first?
May we explore your cave?
That way leads to a higher entrance.
oh, what's at that entrance? Anything interesting?
A cliff drop.
Chaps, can anybody remember why we're here?
No.
The Queen had asked you to find out what had happened to at the cabin, seeing as you'd found the body and the Queen of the person that owned the cabin in the Queen's wine cellar.
Okay.
Have we got to the cabin yet?
Oh,
Yeah, you've been to the cabin.
oh, mighty fungus thing. Would you mind if we had a look at that other entrance, just to get a bearing of where we are? Survey the surrounding area, if you will. I'll take that as a yes.
It makes that weird noise again.
I didn't know you were still on dial-up.
As you start walking over to the entrance, they don't seem to pay you any notice and part as you pass. You presume that means that you're allowed.
Okay, do you chaps fancy wandering up there?
So,
oh my fucking god.
The
Jesus.
The cave at the far end opens to a large cliff drop, probably 40 foot down, and just slightly to the east of the cave that you entered into. So about 40 foot up, but maybe another 40, 50 foot east.
Okay. What's the point of it?
Can we survey around? See if there's any landmarks or anything that we can see of interest?
Yeah. I'll move you back to the other map, because I presume you'll just go out the other door.
Yeah.
No, we're going down to it.
But from your vantage up there, make a perception check.
Are we all perceiving?
Whoever's looking.
Well, we can all let's all have a look, boys. Perception.
Oh, funny.
Tevron, tell us what you see.
I don't know.
Too much.
Everything.
Tavron, you see. So you're still in this big valley.
Oh my god.
And Creamy.
Wow.
Creamy, you see clearly the peak, which is slightly higher, directly south of where you are. So over the first peak, and then the peak after that, the ridge line there, there seems to be a small building on the top of that ridge line.
Let's go to the building.
Okay, so are you? How are you going to get there? Are you going to go directly over the top of the first mountain?
Can I spot any other route?
All you can see, so you see that this Levada ends not far north from where you are, northwest. There's just the way, so that route's not carrying on northwest seems to be a dead end, and a ridge line is continuous. All you know is that that you were on a considerably higher path than that second valley, so you might have to backtrack quite a long way to get to it, or you could try and go directly over the top of the mountain.
Over the top.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
So you start heading up into the forest. What's the marching order?
I'll go first.
Okay. So Tavron, I need to make you. You need to make another perception roll. Okay. So you're battling through quite a thick forest, having to cut your way through. You do notice, just as you emerge from one of the other side of the forest, that there is a gigantic cliff. The forest almost ends abruptly at a gigantic cliff, and you almost take one step directly off of it, but you just manage to catch yourself before plunging to what would surely be your death. It's at least 300 foot high. Far below, winding upstream, is another lavada.
Right, everyone, we haven't really got very far. Should we turn around?
Yeah.
So you could go back the way you came, or you could attempt to descend a more gentle route to the. You see that there might be a more gentle route to descend to the east.
Looks like there's a more gentle route to the east.
Oh.
Okay, so Gavron, you still leading?
Yeah.
Make a survival check.
Oh, fucking
God.
hell. I mean, no, I'm not.
Okay. So you start descending the mountain. It does get quite steep, and you lose your footing a few times and slide down a bit of the slope. So you come to a really steep patch, and attempt to. So you can attempt to climb down this or go back. It looks doable.
Backs for twats. Let's go.
I am gonna have this set in place.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, Al. Is there a big drop?
No, it's not a drop off, but it's a steep and muddy slope. It descends probably about 200 foot.
I've got this cloak that means we can use the feather fall if we need it.
Yeah. Why didn't we just do that?
Yes. And let me just see how many people this can apply to. Feather fall.
Yeah, I think Wade was already dead, and so was Creamy.
Choose up to 5 fall. I can choose up to 5 falling creatures within range.
So you could have stopped Wade from falling.
I could have stopped Wade, but there's no fun in that. He is, after all, my mortal enemy.
Is it a reaction to use it, or an action?
No, yeah, reaction. One reaction.
You definitely could have stopped him from dying. Mind you, if he would have fallen really slowly and landed perfectly, right where those two F-tins were, so it wouldn't have helped him a lot.
Yeah, so I can just activate this if we fancy. Or we could just walk back around.
No, I'm going for it.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone make athletics checks.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Hasn't been going so. Our rolls haven't been great lately.
Athletics. I've got 7 off on athletics. Yeah, see you later. I will not be using my
This is
cloak.
your natural habitat, mountains. You just start walking down like it's nothing, and it is nothing compared to your homeland, where the mountains are a lot higher and a lot steeper. But Creamy, despite her orcish ancestry and her traveller's background, just misses a step a bit and starts plummeting down the mountain. Kurak reaches out to grab her, but at the same point loses his footing as well, and both of them are like roly-polying down the side of the slope.
Can I use my reaction to give them featherfall?
Yeah.
And potentially, well, I should give it to Tavron as well. Anyway,
Cheers.
I'm pretty sure Wade's all right.
Yeah, Wade's fine. Bit less sturdy than you. The other two that are rock tumbling down, you take 1 damage each from the tumbling down the mountain. But as soon as Gigantor's spell takes effect, your velocity just halts when you come to a slow stop and all of you manage to skirt your way down the edge of the mountain after that.
Should we say acrobatics was my roll?
Well, you're effectively just rolling a d20, aren't you? That's all you're doing, and then giving it your plus.
I mean, I get +3 on athletics.
Yeah, so you've actually got... you've rolled... Well, I'm not on the screen,
but... I rolled a 4.
Yeah, so you rolled a 20.
So you've come to this valley floor, and it's descending. So it ascends to the Levada that you walked on before, to the north, and descends to the lower Levada to the south. It's a dry riverbed.
Okay. Should we follow it?
Okay. So yeah, you get onto this lower Levada, which is a little bit wider, and this is running upstream to the northwest. So you go northwest or south?
We need to go north. So that guy drew us a map, didn't he?
Can we look at the shit map?
What are you trying to find?
I can't remember.
That house at the top of the mountain.
The one you just saw?
Yeah.
Creamy, you're pretty sure that you're at the foot of that mountain now. And you could just see on the ridgeline there's a straight, what looks like a stone wall that you presume is another Levada following the ridge.
Shall we follow it up that way then?
I'm easy, boys. Good.
Let's go for it. Going up that way.
Where are you going?
Is it north?
South. There's this mountain here is the one with the cabin. The cabin's probably about here.
Oh, let's go to there then. Let's go south.
Okay. So you follow this lower Levada down south until you reach a large fork. This is a 3-way fork. So you can carry on south. This will take. You presume that this will take you back to the shop that you met that swindler at, and then out of the Sierra Antonio Mountains. Or you can go up the ridgeline to that cabin, or you can take the bottom of the valley path to who knows where.
Do we want to investigate the cabin, or do we want to...
Yeah, we could do.
Do we want to head back?
Could be some adventuring gear in there.
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay.
I think the party's gone a bit quiet, boys.
Yes.
It's getting later in the day now. It's probably about 5 p.m. at this point. As you ascend this mountain, following the Levada as it snakes up the ridgeline. You find a small workman's cabin. It seems there are a couple of carts out front with some old rusted tools in them.
Right. Nothing of use here.
That looks like it says corpse.
Oh yeah. At the foot of the as you approach the workman's cabin, looking down west, down the cliff edge, at the base of the mountain that you're stood upon, and at the side of the Levada is what looks like a body of a humanoid, surrounded by wolves that are baying.
What distance is that? Oh, pretty damn far.
Shall we avoid them walls or kill them?
No. What? My longbow. I can
I'm
fire.
getting rather hungry.
I can fire 600 meters. I'm gonna aim for one of the walls.
Okay.
That'd be a disadvantage.
Get fucking shot off. Oh.
Oh. That's been magical.
9. That is a... miss.
Oh.
And as the arrow, you hear just a slight... as it hits a stone near the wolf. That's quite close considering the distance, but just not quite good enough. And the wolves look up and start making their way down the Levada stream towards the west.
Pussies.
Well. Okay. So, do we want to investigate the corpse later, or shall we go to this workman's cabin?
What's closer?
This
The
workman's
cabin. You're right.
Are we at the cabin? Oh,
Let's go to the cabin.
the cabin then.
Let's go to the court.
Let's have a little look. Is there a funder around?
Doesn't seem to be any. There is a trough for a horse at the cabin, but there's no horses here.
That's a shame.
Is there a workman around?
No, it seems. Doesn't seem like anyone's home. At least there's no smoke coming out of the chimney.
Okay, I'm going to go up to the door and knock on it.
No answer.
While he's doing that, can I have a peer through the window?
Yeah. Make a perception check. There are what seems to be boxes full of tools and equipment. There's a little fireplace. There are some what look like rations of bundles of food, some vegetables, but mainly cured meats hanging from the roof. They look like they're past their prime.
Yes.
Perfect for Kurak.
Some chests. Looks basically like a storage room.
It certainly looks lived in, everyone. There's some meat in there that's probably out of date, but could be quite tasty. And some rations. We know you like rations, Kurak, so
Yeah.
let's head on in.
With that roll tab on, you'd notice that there are cobwebs over most of the surfaces, so it seems like, although it's been used fairly frequently, like within a year, it's been left for quite some time.
So when you said the hanging meat is past its best,
Yeah, it's been there for a few months at least.
That's definitely past its best.
But it is cured.
Hey,
I
won't stop me.
I might not trust it.
right, let's head on in.
Okay, the door's locked.
Yeah. I kicked down the door.
While I'm trying to pick the lock, you just kick it down.
So as Tavron gets out his thief tools and approaches the lock, Caracas smashes the door open and the lock breaks off. The door creaks open.
Stay classy. Oh, excellent. Ear-piercingly creaks out.
So you venture into this cobwebs covered storeroom. There is a smell of sort of gone off meat in here.
Can
Okay.
Sure, we'll have all the meat.
I start to collect all the gone off meat.
Can I have a look in the tools that you mentioned? See if there's anything
Yep,
decent.
you can have a rummage through the various boxes and things. Make an investigation check.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
Wow.
So, it says, do you make me a squash, please?
Gee?
While he's doing that, I'm going to start to sew together all of the rations to make some sort of ration garment.
Okay. You find 4 wheels of gone off cheese.
Oh.
You find in one of the between 2 of the cracked pavestones a polished wooden locket.
Oh, hello.
Hold on a sec.
This locket seems to be making some kind of tube.
Hi. Alright, how's it going?
Well,
Interlude.
Not much. I'm in the middle of a Dungeons and Dragons game.
geek?
I'm just gonna keep sewing together my meat suit.
I'm just gonna go to bed. Night.
I wonder what armor class a meat suit would have.
Depends on the meat.
If it's
Mutton +1.
cured meat would actually be quite good, so it could be quite hard.
Lamb
Hard meats.
shank would be 0.
Slow cooked lamb, 0.
Melted in the mouth. Mincemeat.
Whereas a Weatherspoon steak +100, because it's so tough.
Ox tongue. +5.
I'm seeing if there's any armor that's actually There's not really anything. There's a hide, but not. That's the closest.
What's going on? How dare someone reject this out?
Disgusting. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, outrageous.
Well, we haven't leveled up in ages. Should we level up now? Choose.
I think we're apparently going to level up at the end of
When we leave this forest. We're never going to leave this forest.
Well, I think we leveled up now after doing that quest. Methinks.
Hey.
Methinks. So who was the torch?
Late, but it's walking.
This weekend.
Yeah, like it's got it till a place till Friday.
You could do, Joe.
Yeah, I know I could. I feel a bit bad with cancelling Fiona today.
Cancel Fiona.
You're packed. Up to you, babes. Up to you.
Probably might bring it back tomorrow and.
Up to you. Think about it. What, Wednesday to Friday, would it be?
Yeah,
Oh, fuck's sake, Liam.
exactly when I wanted to go.
Oh. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, that's the stuff.
No, no.
Hmm? Yeah, but there's only Irish stuff.
No.
Alright, I'm back.
Sorry
Sorry
Hiya,
about that.
Go.
popular man.
Alright, so where were we? We got to the gone off cheese.
Oh, something.
There is also, so you find between the cracked paving stones a small wooden locket that doesn't look, it looks mundane, but it's very nicely made, very beautiful. Inside there is a small miniature of a not very detailed, so difficult to make out, but from what you can tell, beautiful looking young woman.
Whee.
You find a bag with 9 green onyxes in, polished onyx stones in.
Who's taking these ones?
Just keep them all in one place and put them all in the bank or something, or sell them all at the same time.
So, how many onyx stones?
9.
So, oh, we've got 14 altogether now then.
Get you.
I'm not
There
gonna
is a large bloodstone pitcher. Again, a mundane item, but looks very well made.
a large bloodstone picture. Okay.
And a... What's that? That looks interesting. And there is a bag with 47 gold pieces in it.
Rich.
Nice.
And there is... Actually, this would not be in there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Metadata.
Oh, and the only other thing in there is there are plenty of hammers, spades, nails, lots of bricklaying tools, and various tools.
Is there anything that looks untoward, like something's happened here?
Make a perception check.
20.
Cat's attacking the box. It's all going on tonight.
There's a cat attacking a box.
You notice a small diary. Can you tell him to stop? It says.
I pick up the small diary and have a little read.
Take it for fuck's sake! Get off! Fucking hell! Yes. You pick up the small diary, and it tells of a workman who'd been working on the Levada, having strange, nightmarish dreams and hearing a woman whispering when he'd been camped up in this cottage. Every night, deep in the woods, someone whispering his name, luring him out. And he'd go out, but there'd be creatures moving in the forest, like twigs and branches, almost like they were made out of the very trees themselves, moving through the forest towards them. It ends almost abruptly as he's describing insomnia, not sleeping, and saying that he will go out and try and find the Whisperer.
Well, that's not good, is it?
Okay.
It's getting late. Do we head back? Do we stay? Do we investigate the corpse?
We should investigate the corpse.
I want to look at a corpse.
Oh, creepy.
I'm back in.
The corpse.
Okay, so it's down another large cliff.
Ugh.
So you're going to backtrack?
Hang on. How long does Featherfall last for? We'll have a look. Could last for a while. I think it's 5 minutes though. But let's check. Oh, 1 minute. It's worn off.
You still, I guess you can. Oh, is it you just can cast it once?
Yeah, it's one use.
Yeah.
Per day. Well, we should. Oh, is this the same kind of drop?
This is more steep. This is more of a cliff than like a than the slope you scrabbled down.
Sorry to be a puss, boys, but I think we should probably go a safe route. My experience tells me this is a bit too steep for you newbies.
Well, I don't think Wade would want to go down a cliff.
Yeah, Wade, you're feeling a bit nervous just being up here anyway, even though you're like clinging to the rails.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah, so it's maybe like 4 kilometers around. So it takes you. It'll be evening basically, or the sun will be setting by the time you get there.
Oh no.
This cat's really getting on my nerves tonight.
So shall we go?
Okay, so you're heading down this way then.
Yeah.
As you're descending down the slope, who's leading?
I've got good footing, so I'll probably lead the way.
Gigantor, make a perception check.
Ooh, let me just perceive what's going on over here.
Not much.
Seems fine.
Everything seems fine.
You get to the crossroads and head into the valley. Where's the map?
Of course, there is a change of map coming, which almost certainly means danger is ahead.
We've definitely got a battle. Arm yourself, boys. And creamy.
Oh, bugger.
It's so dark.
I haven't put you in yet. I'm just setting it up. Okay, so marching order is Gigantor first.
Yes.
Me.
So Gigantor, then
Crack.
Karak,
Oh.
then Wade,
Yeah.
then Taveron.
Yep.
Creamy coming in the rear. It's daylight, so I'll just change the settings. Okay, so you should be able to see everything now.
Yeah.
So as you're walking down this steep steep sloped valley following the Levada, you hear from the back of you
Oh.
Okay.
and a wolf crawls out of the undergrowth and leaps towards Gigantor.
Ooh, wolf. Okay.
Literally.
And it makes an attack.
Oh.
Okay. Can I use my what's it called? Oh, for God's sake, where is it? Hang on. Danger. To do anything. Dodge away from danger.
You have advantage in dexterity saving throws. This isn't really a saving throw event. You just didn't see the wolf, and it gets an attack. It gets a bonus round attack basically on you.
Okay. Oh shit, that hits.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Is he close to me?
Well, it gets to a dexterity.
Is he close to me? So I can boost his saving throws.
This is a bonus round, so you can't do anything apart from a reaction. Oh fuck.
Yeah, but I have an aura.
Oh, do you?
Aura of protection. Don't need to do my aura, just...
Ooh, 10 feet. I think. Oh yeah, I will be in 10
Really?
feet. A minute. I feel protected. What a lovely looking wolf. Can I tame beast? I don't have that ability.
That's an action, but yeah. So, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, did I miss that then? What?
Sorry?
So is that the end of that whole thing? Him attacking me?
No, it's just he gets a bonus round of attack. Because he surprised you.
But you got that 18 thing, 18 bite attack.
Oh, yeah.
Then what happened? Then you were saying roll dexterity.
So, yeah, what was your dexterity?
I haven't rolled it yet.
Okay.
You get +4 on it.
+4. Do I get the Oh no, I don't get the advantage, do I? Okay, so this +4. This +4. So 13.
You fail.
No.
So you're knocked prone, and it does 11 piercing damage.
I'm prone, boys.
I'll save you, boy. Oh, there's a lot of rolls going.
Oh, I need to do
Who hasn't rolled?
me. So I need initiative, isn't it?
What?
Yeah.
Who needs to roll what?
I get it twice.
Everyone needs to roll initiative.
Oh god. 9.
Oh. I can't select my character. Oh, yeah, one thing on.
Okay, everyone rolled. So Wade's first.
I'm just going to sit this one out.
What?
Wade, just
Well, it used to be first. I'm going to.
So these, just for some context, this wolf that leapt out at you is an enormous, almost twice the size of a normal wolf and the size of a small horse, with white, pure white fur and gleaming red eyes.
Lovely.
is it a dire wolf?
It's quite
Game of
like it
Thrones.
needs to be smited. Oh dear. Is that a hit?
No. That is though.
That is a solid hit.
So 25 to
Is
hit.
that a 1? 2.
No, 2.
No.
A 2.
If I roll a 1 or a 2, I can re-roll.
Nice.
I will do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so your blade goes, slashes across the winter wolf's face, cutting open its muzzle slightly. There's a contrast of the red blood on the white fur is very stark. It snarls at you, baring its huge canines.
I might also expend a spell slot to. Do you think this? I don't think this wolf's going to be that hard to kill.